Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog. This is Stan here with you. Well, in today's vlog, I'm going to show you guys how I cleaned my timing chain cover. It was the most difficult part of this Celica build because I had RTV stuck in all of the crevices on the timing chain cover.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best even though I'm so stressed.
So here first I'm removing the water pump gasket with the help of a flathead screwdriver. They stuck even this with RTV, so it was difficult to come out, but here it is. Now the gasket's out. This is the inner water pump gasket. I'm removing the exposed RTV with the help of my finger and the flathead screwdriver. So I'm removing as much as possible.
Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by you.
Next step is to remove the crank seal with the help of a flathead screwdriver and a rubber mallet. Just keep tapping till it pops out. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using a sharp blade to cut the RTV sealant which is inside the crevices. Now this is not a very good idea since the blade is sharp and the aluminium is soft, and this could easily gouge or damage the aluminium cover, so you got to be extremely careful while using this blade. So I'm just trying my best to remove as much of the sealant as possible with this blade without damaging the timing chain cover.
I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did I know it hurts, but something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit.
So what I did next was I soaked the crevices in WD-40. I let it soak for like half an hour to 1 hour, and then I inserted a piece of cloth, this red cloth, in between those crevices and pushed it in with the help of the flathead screwdriver and just dragged it around till all the RTV came out.
Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Kill lies, I'll do what I want.
So guys, after hours of scraping, this is where we at. There's still some more RTV inside. I'm using WD-40 to loosen the RTV, and I'm using a flathead screwdriver along with a piece of cloth to get into the edges. Almost 99% of the RTV is actually inside these crevices, and the issue with these crevices is that it's very narrow, so there's RTV stuck on the sidewalls and bottom, and you can see these curves. It's even stuck over here, which is more difficult to get. I really hate this job. It's wasting a lot of my time, but I've got no option now. I'll have to remove it completely. Guys, I'm using a number 4 hex key to get into these crevices, and it's actually working pretty good. It's taking most of the sealant. So if you're working on the 2ZZG engine and you need to get the sealant out of the crevices, get this number 4 hex key and use it along with the towel as well, and you can get most of it out. So the next step is to hit these dowel pins out of the timing chain cover. Now this is the timing chain cover, this is the outside part and this is the inside part. So you can see these dowel pins over here. You need to hit it from this side so it goes out. When you install the power steering pump, this doesn't get in the way, otherwise it's pretty difficult to install the power steering pump on this. Just hammer it like this way. It's going to get pretty loud, but just keep hammering it. So I hammered the dowel pins and you can see it's out. So now installing the power steering pump would be easier. I got the inner side of the timing chain cover pretty clean. I cleaned all the crevices perfectly. They're proudly Yamaha. So I've cleaned it as much as possible, but on the inside it's pretty clean. I'm going to finally wipe it down with kerosene and a piece of cloth, and it should be perfect to go in after installing the gaskets, of course. be installing the gaskets right now on the timing cover. So the first gasket is this, the timing chain cover gasket. And the part number is 11328888600. So let's install that.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed.
Next we need to install this. This comes on the inner side of the timing chain cover. This is the water pump gasket. So the part number for this is 11329888600.
When I can't seem to get out, but something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm
Now before installing the timing chain cover onto the engine, you need to apply RTV at this spot, just around this. So we shouldn't forget that. You also need to install an outer water pump gasket. This is the gasket for that. It's 90301-69007. I'm not installing it right now because it will fall off. You'll have to install it before you install the water pump. So next, you try to install the oil seal onto the timing chain cover. So the actual part number for this oil seal is actually 90080-31049. Since I couldn't find it anywhere, it was out of stock. A substitute for this oil seal was this part number 90311-38059. So I'll show you how to install this. See the oil seal here, it has two dots here, two dots here, two dots here, two dots here around the circle. So this should come on the outside of the cover. So if this is the outer part of the cover, the seal should come like this. So you'll have to hit it from the top here with the rubber mallet. The double top should come on the underside of the timing cover. Just tap it slowly. You should keep hitting the crank seal inside till it sits flat with the cover. See, as you can see, it's pretty flat. See it from the side and it should be flat. So this is how it looks from the inside. So that's it. Now all we have to do is put the outer water pump gasket. That is, before you install the water pump, you can install this gasket.
So that's it for this episode of the Celica build. If you guys enjoyed it, please do hit the like button. Do consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done already. And until next time, this is Stan signing out. Bye bye.